Sagittarius, 2023, March 2023. Let's get into it. All right, so your oracle card I pulled for you is Ancient Amulets, and it talks about fortune, possessions, skills, and protection. So there's something tangible that's coming in for you, something that you can hold in your hand, a good luck charm. This might actually mean this might actually be talking about something that you own or something that you're going to be gifted. We'll have to see what it is. So I would like to say that this reading is an easy reading, but it's not. I'm just going to put that out there. It's not. It didn't end up as nice as I wanted it to for you, Sag. You're so lighthearted and kind of bubbly personalities and just fearless and fun and exploratory people. But this seems to be like a rough bump in the road for somebody out there. So I have in the center, at the present moment, there is an ending, and it was a betrayal of some kind or a very unfortunate culmination of events that has ended something. And the Ten of Swords is like the card that we definitely don't want to see in the tarot a lot of the time. It has its purpose, and it plays its role in the 78 card deck, and it has to be in there because otherwise it wouldn't be a real journey, right? The hero sometimes falls, and everything seems lost in the hero's journey. And so this is the moment in which you're feeling like maybe at your lowest. If you're not feeling that way, then this reading probably isn't for you. But if you're feeling really down, something just ended, you lost a job, you lost something in your life, a possession even, because we talk, the amulet card talks about possessions. So it's a loss of possession of something. There could have been some sort of emotional tie to this item. You might have lost something that was very personal to you. I think it's a little more than just losing something, because it seems to have set you into a timeout. It's put you in a place of stagnation, not in a Eight of Swords kind of way stagnation. There's like this forced timeout. So maybe you injured yourself. You had surgery. You had something happen that the Queen of Cups can have to do with healing as well. And so healing emotional wounds. So you might have just had some emotional setback of some kind. And the Hanged Man comes in, and it speaks of Pisces. So I do have the Devil here, actually. So it could be that you're struggling with some sort of toxic behavior, and that ended up slapping you on the wrist in some sort of way, or somebody around you was being toxic in some sort of way, and it's kind of ricocheted into your life and caused an ending. This also can be a foresight. The Queen of Cups is a psychic woman. She sees things before they happen. She has good intuition, and the Hanged Man is a card of Pisces, right? Pisces is it's a great magical kind of sign, but it is almost it's not very grounded, right? And he isn't grounded. He is literally hanging himself upside down to achieve enlightenment. He's doing something that is not of the the normal status quo in order to break a barrier, and understand something spiritually, get a different perspective on something. The universe wanted you to take a time out, and that's why this is all going down. I do see you becoming more spiritual through this process. You might be seeing things more clearly. Your intuition may be improving during this time period of stagnation, or I hate the word stagnation because it's not necessarily, the waiting part isn't bad, the ending was bad, and so now the waiting part may be absolutely necessary to learn a lesson, to gain perspective on how you want things to be in the future. It also can be that you're wanting an ending that's been something that's been really challenging to end, and you've been kind of in a holding place to get that to end. Okay, so now in the part of your reading that speaks of what you're aware of, some deception of some kind, some sneaky behavior, and defending what your beliefs are. There's a defending of what you have, and there's lots of communication back and forth. Somebody might have taken something from you, and you're trying to defend yourself in order to. We have the 7, and then we have the 8. So there's a progression here. There's a lot of excitement or frustration maybe around having to deal with multiple different things because of this situation. There's also thinking out of the box that's needed in order to maintain your position that you already have now. And your mind might be racing quite a bit. So you're gonna need to take the time to relax your nerves and really get calm, and maybe meditate would be the best way to kind of deal with this sort of thing, because it's not your typical mindset with the 7 of Swords there. It's a spiritual number 7, but it's almost an out of this world, and not of the norm. It's also having to be very tactile in how you think about something, because you're given a situation that is out of the norm. So you're having to really think outside of the box. And you might be feeling a little bit defensive, and you will be having quite a bit of thoughts rushing through your mind with the 8 of Wands. This is very excited and fast energy, so which is your energy, so that's good that you're getting ideas in order to fix the situation. But just wanted to let you know about that. What you're not aware of is that there will be some sort of event that comes in that forces you to make a decision. This could have to do with love. This could have to do with 2 separate things in your life that have once been joined and now are being separated. So also what you're not aware of is a relationship could be ending, and it's not necessarily your relationship. Often the Tower card is external to us, so it's an event that comes in that changes things. So it could be somebody else's relationship. a separating of two things, breaking apart of. Also, Gemini rules the mind, right? And the Lover's card is represented by Gemini. So this could be, if you're not careful, you might be on the verge of some sort of breakdown from having all these things happen, and everyone's been there. We've all had those weeks, months, days, years that have been super trying on our nervous system and our emotional body. Okay, so there's just a lot to take in right now, and if you could try to relax your mind a little more, I think it will help ease and kind of not necessarily end up in catastrophe. I think you're thinking the worst at a subconscious level about something. You might be aware that some kind of relationship in your life is now ending, because maybe you feel like I'm trying to get something. Hold on. Maybe this is the person that betrayed you. It could have been a relationship, a work relationship. It could have been a romantic relationship. And so you're feeling on the defense. You're feeling like someone's been tricky. And you are really hurting, and you're feeling like you're forced to kind of see all of this in the moment. In the past, you might have seen this coming because the High Priestess is here. She's also the sign of Pisces. I have a lot of Pisces energy here. So if somebody is a Pisces, this very well could be about them. Also, Sagittarius. If you have Pisces in your chart, in your sun, moon, or rising, this could very well have to be about you. So in the past, there was a dream, some sort of wish, some sort of hope that died for something, because of something that you were privy to. Maybe there was healing going on, and the healing ended for something. So you might have just recovered from something. I feel like you recovered from something and then things changed. You were in recovery process. You might have not talked about this with a lot of people because the High Priestess is very silent. She's kind of stoic. She is wise, and she only speaks when she absolutely has to. I have Aquarius and Scorpio here as well. So it's Pisces, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Aquarius is the water bearer. It's an air sign, but its nickname is the water bearer. And it seems like there's a lot of watery energy in the past. There's a lot of emotional things in the past, emotional healing, emotional endings, emotional secrets. The High Priestess is secrets as well. Secrets that aren't necessarily a bad thing, but definitely was an ending in the past, and it could have been something you needed to recover from or heal from, and you weren't talking very much about it. I'll just leave it at that for now. So then we move on to what your advice is about this situation. We have the Nine of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. There's a lot of stagnation here, however. This is the stagnation area that I keep referencing, but too soon. Um, Nine of Swords is staying up all night. It's suffering before you realize the end is even near. It's paranoia as well. It's being afraid of something that you don't have in front of you, so you can't. I feel like there's a reliving of like some sort of trauma here, or some sort of situation that has been trying is stressing stress here. And then the Four of Pentacles is kind of it's a stable energy, but it can be stagnant because it holds on to. It's miserly in a certain way. Think of like the golem creature in the Lord of the Rings, my precious. Like, I'm never gonna let it go. It's mine. You can't take it. You can't have it. I'm not giving any energy out. So I have no open hands to receive because I'm so worried about what I have or losing what I have. So you might be fearful of losing what little you have left from this situation. And that's causing you to become stagnant and to stew in inaction and out of fear. Fear that you can't make a step forward, or you feel like there's no hope in a situation, and it feels like this person, see, they're in their bed, they're holding their eyes, right? They're not seeing. This is all in their head. This is not in front of them. This is all just in their head. This is also about being in your head to the point where you can't see either. You can't see where you're going, right? And the blindfold might be on there on purpose. From somebody else might have placed you in a situation of being confused or distressed, or there's something there. But also, it's about taking your personal power back, and understanding that it's not all that. I mean, she can easily probably cut, because that sword is right there, right? So she could cut herself loose. She can also, there's a space here, so she can walk through, if she just tries. If she just tries to, get out of her despair. This is like a despair. And it seems like you're holding on to something too tightly. Like, you're like, I'm not letting go of this. I'm not letting, maybe the despair is something that you don't want to let go of. You're not ready to stop grieving the situation, because in the current moment, you already have gone through the worst of it. So this is just like reliving the nightmare. This is like PTSD. This is some trauma. So you're holding on to the trauma, and the Eight of Swords is like the inability to move forward. It's holding on to something that you don't want to let go of, but also knowing that that's what's keeping you stuck. So maybe your advice is to take a deep breath and really get clear about what fears are logical and what fears are not. And the fears that are logical, taking solid steps to figure out ways around them, so that you can free up some mental space, because this is all about, seems like it's all about like something that happened, and feeling kind kind of like in timeout and you're having a lot of time to think about what bad things or potentialities could happen, or what your brain is like, fight or flighting right now. Um, this is also while you're laid up from whatever situation has gone on. This is figuring out how to save money during this time period, or figuring out some kind of home financial situation so that you're not unable to move forward. Now, how others see you. Um, I sort of almost don't want to. So there's many different ways I can read this combo. If somebody is an authority and they are passing judgment, I do have judgment right here, okay? They see you as being stuck in a cycle that is not good for you. Or if people, there could be someone else in your life that is an authority figure that's kind of a tyrant, a traditionalist, somebody who's old school and by the book, who kind of uses an iron fist. So having the justice card right up above it leads me to think, if you've gotten in any trouble with the law, if you have any contracts, and here's the Queen of Cups too. There she is over here. That's why I'm saying that, sorry. Somebody in your sphere will have compassion for you. So that's good. The Queen of Cups is an understanding and compassionate person. She also is somebody who sees people at an emotional core level. So she is compassionate, and if you're having a legal situation, or you're seeking advice from somebody who is who works for the justice department of some kind, or somebody might be abusing their power as well. This being the 8th house, there's an abuse of power here. So somebody else might think that you abused your power, or you might feel like someone else is abusing their power in a situation. With both of them on the upright, the devil can be commitments long term. Like this is somebody who is obligated, or somebody who is judging bad behavior, right? If you look at it in a Christian context. This is also something like an organization of authority. So this happens to be a leader. The emperor is the leader, right? He's the business owner, the guy who's in charge. And this is a leader of an authority or establishment. Capricorn is the authority or the establishment. And it has to do with um, the 8th house. So anything to do with um, anything to do with boundaries, rules, regulations. The Emperor sets the tone for that. So you could very well be being seen as a leader, as an authority member, somebody who is in control of some sort of organization, or other people in your life are showing up that are of this caliber. Okay? Now, I see that in the 9th position, you get that compassionate, you're hoping for a compassionate judge. You're hoping for an emotionally fair verdict. You're hoping to get your emotions in check and in balance as well. So this could be about emotional stuff, because we said that you were maybe going through some internal duality or crises. I think that's maybe what it is as well. Mental crises, mental duality, feeling torn between two things, feeling stuck. And so with this, in this position, if I'm reading it by the houses, the 9th house is foreign travel, expansion. I believe it's anything to do with mercantile, spirituality, and so there's almost this balancing, feeling your emotions, right? Feeling your emotions. The Queen of Cups is very in tune with her own emotions, and she feels for other people. But then the Justice card is also about other people. So there's this almost being immersed in what's going on with other people, or focusing on other people out in the world, or in your world, will help balance out the situation that's going on at home for you more. I feel like if you're not so focused on your own stuff and getting yourself involved in helping someone else in any way that you can, will help keep your mind more balanced. Now, in the future, we have something come in that's a call to action, and a realization, and not just any just realization, but a life-changing realization. Okay? And so you're being called to give back, you're being called to pay it forward, in regards to something, to share generosity. This might be a situation that actually helps you find your divine purpose. Okay? There is discerning who deserves what and how much you should give to who, or somebody should give to you, vice versa. There's a heartbreak. So sorrow, right? The Three of Swords is sorrow. So it's a weighing up of what it's cost you. And maybe it's almost like a wounded healing situation of maybe generosity of spirit will help heal your heart. Like I said down here, there is this I see that the Magician here, and it also rules Gemini, okay? So there's Gemini influence here, and there's Gemini influence here. So in the subconscious mind, we said we were about to, there was like a split. There was like a duality. On one hand, you think you can handle something maybe, and on the other hand, you can't. There could have been a breakup situation involved. Maybe somebody wasn't forthcoming about something that you owned or something that you considered yours. And so there's this call to you're being made aware of what needs to be given out, divvied out. And there is this heartbreak, of course, because this situation has obviously been pretty crappy, but it seems like now it feels like the Ten of Swords, right? We're in the Ten of Swords. It's over. Whatever it is, it's been so bad, and it culminated, it climaxed, and now we're dealing with the aftermath, right? The sun's going to rise up over that body with all the swords in it. So it seems like in the future, we'll still hurt, right? We'll still have a little bit of a heartache from this situation. We'll be still disappointed, but it won't be nearly as bad or as challenging as it is now. It gets better. So that's good. You're like, yay. With the Magician right next to it, it's as if he's holding up that wand, right? He's manifesting. I think you see how you potentially might have allowed this in or manifested this in, maybe not on purpose, but by accident. Or you see the reasoning for why this had to happen in order for you to create and plan a life that is more genuine. There is something maybe to do with if this is a love relationship, it could be that a third party's intervention in something has kind of caused a manipulation of some sort. And so there's 3 of Wands too. So the Magician is sandwiched in between the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. 3 of Swords is, we said, sadness, sorrow, heartbreak. It's when the mind, body, and spirit are feeling a low vibration, right? Feeling a hit. The Magician is about using what we have at our hands, at our resources, to alchemically change or manifest what we want in our lives, or, to create our lives. It's creation through manifestation. And the Three of Wands is planning. It's not only planning, but it's in pursuit of creating stability, in pursuit of creating a sanctuary, a home, a place we can call home. And the Moon card as a clarifier in reverse is the Moon in the upright. We'll start with that. Is not being able to see forward in a situation, having illusions, confusion. There is almost a psychic aspect of the Moon. There's secrets with the Moon, okay? Whatever secrets in the past that were hidden or that you've been keeping are coming to light. They're going to come out. And I think that's what causes this wake-up call. Maybe a lover's deceptions come forward, and we have to go take care of business with that and make sure that everything is fair and just. Approaching something with emotional balance is important here. This could be a grudge as well down here. And so it's hard for me to read it as advice because it's literally just I can read it in an opposite way than I would read a reverse card, like not to worry, just hold on for a moment and you'll be able to figure out a way out of the situation. I think that's what it's saying. You'll be able to figure out a way. The less stressed you are, the easier it's going to be to get clear about what you need to, think about what you need to do in order to move yourself forward out of this situation. Pisces is a very strong flavor here, Sag. You probably have a water sign. Pisces, Scorpio. I've got Capricorn and Aries. I mean, I've got everybody pretty much, but there's something to do with some kind of possession. So if somebody has taken something from you and you've had to go to court in order to get it back, they might not be able to give it back to you physically, but like the item itself, but the judgment will be fair and compassionate, and they will be made to pay something, and that will leave you heartbroken if it had sentimental value as well, because it probably has some sort of, whether it was a relationship or some sort of, there is some karmic justice that's coming in. You're hoping for it, but it seems like even with whatever verdict happens, you figure out a way to use this pain and that you've gone through, or this struggle that you've been going through, in order to, you're turning it into future plans. It's as if now you're like, oh, finally I get to just, turn this way and go this direction instead now, which was probably something at the subconscious level that you've felt torn about It feels like you felt torn about something. You've been pushing and pulling back and forth about something in your life. Clarity on the Tower and the Lovers. Clarity on the Tower and the Lovers. The Chariot in reverse and the Four of Pentacles. The decision to stop movement forward. The Four of Pentacles here and the Four of Pentacles here. It's a not wanting to give up something. Could be a car. The Chariot is a representation of a vehicle. It's the original vehicle. So in reverse, it'd be the inability to move forward, or with the, you might have to let go of your car or sell your car. If you don't already know about this, this is not your reading. Do not worry about tomorrow. There comes a time when someone's going to be like, give me your car, or is going to take your car. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, you would already know that this situation is creeping up, and you have been told that this is the situation, okay? So, Chariot in reverse, the inability to move forward. Chariot is ruled and opposite by the Strength card. You might fear you don't have the courage to move forward with something, or you're afraid to move forward with something. But I feel like you're not willing to let go of some sort of ideal, some sort of something that you've worked hard for. You might, and also your car might be costing you quite a bit of money. That's what you're not aware of. Getting your car back might cost you a lot of money, because we have the Chariot in reverse next to the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is about holding on to the purse strings, not wanting to give out our material energy. Also, the Four of Pentacles is 4 wheels, right? It's 4 circles. So what else is she looking at in the back? She's protecting what she has left, She's protecting what she has saved. So it's like a not wanting to let go of something. Maybe it was a travel plan. Maybe it was this special possession. Ancient amulet. Special possession. Underneath the deck we have the Four of Swords, which is about taking time to rest and meditate. Taking a time out to take care of yourself after having just gone through a Three of Swords, right? A heartache. All right, I'm going to walk through the cards in terms of the planetary of the astrological houses. And so the first card we have is the Ten of Swords, and it would be in the first house. So this could have to do with surgery on the physical body, because it is a swords card in the physical house, and it actually depicts a body being pierced with a sword. So you could have just had surgery in your second house of what you value. You're valuing the lessons you're learning right now. You're valuing time to be with your own thoughts and to clear your mind. And you might be valuing any addictions you have right now at this time. Not that I condone or indulge. Do as you will. None of my business. But um, just what I'm picking up on. Um, Third house. Surrounding neighborhood, people in your life and your immediate environment, pets, friends, cousins, cousins. Something happening. Somebody in a cousin, a sibling could go through a breakup at this time. Somebody could, that your neighbor could go through a divorce. There's something about some external event in terms of a relationship or some sort of, there could be a split, a selling, a dividing of a company or assets of a company. There could be somebody, there could be a literal catastrophe in your neighborhood, so be careful of any kind of, natural disaster or just be aware, be cautious when you're walking around your neighborhood, because something could happen, or somebody could, you could see something in your neighborhood this month that's an external force that's caused some kind of chaos or havoc. Fifth house. A lover could go quiet, or you could be taking time, enjoying your quiet time, doing some sort of hobby. You could be learning something. You could be reading some sort of mystery sci-fi, because of the star card and the death card. I equate those two energies to like aliens and mystery sci-fi stuff. It's also reading books about that sort of thing. You will probably, in your day-to-day routine, have to decide where to put your energy a little bit more. There will be more of a need for thinking about where should you put your energy and a reprioritization of that. You might be getting a lot of phone calls in regards to people needing help with things. You might be making a lot of phone calls asking others for help with things. In your relationships, I like your partnerships, relationships. I feel like you, some of them are keeping you up at night or stressing you out. You might feel like people are withholding things, how they really feel about something, or holding back in terms of the help that you might need with something. You might have to, you might also be like paranoid about other relationships in your life right now, and not want to share what you're going through at this time with them. Feeling kind of stuck and unable to communicate about things. In your 8th house, power trips with authority figures. I mean, this emperor guy, he's like, this can be, if the devil was in reverse, I'd say it could be like criminal organizations, a leader of a criminal organization. um, Bossy. So other people in your life, or your financial sector, like your shared resources, you might be stepping up and taking control of something, some sort of shared resource, shared asset, because other people can't meet the obligations or the timeline of something. There's somebody who is a leader, and it could be a potential. This is not for all of you, but this could be like some sort of somebody who's in charge of like dealing with people who have addictions, or crisis counselor. I see crisis here, but this is more about rules and authority. So you might be asking for an extension on some sort of loan, or some sort of some bill, some sort of organization. You might be asking for a longer time, more time. In world affairs, in your beliefs, spiritual beliefs, philosophies, expansion house, you have some woman who's going to come in and bring you fairness, bring you justice. She'll be compassionate. She'll be caring. She might be a Libra or a Pisces herself, or both. In your career and your reputation, You may be called to give back to your community in some sort of way, or your business, or your career in some sort of way. You may have a calling to be in social services, or work with people who are in need. Another thing is you might be waiting for something that you hold precious, or holding out for something precious in your life. There's some sort of being held up on something. Now, also, you could be called to give back to the world in some sort of way. There could be a heartbreak in career. There could be something that comes up that's like triangulation at work, or somebody could be manipulative and cause you some problems, and you might be sad that there's some backstabbiness that's gone on at work as well. Um, Somebody in authority at your job will have your back. That's what it's looking like. In terms of your friends, friends may be involved in creating and manifesting at this time. I don't know if that's you manifesting them or them manifesting you. You might be making new friends after a time of heartbreak. So if you lose a friend in this situation, whatever this is, you have the resources and the abilities to make new relationships. You're making new friends, new relationships. And in your spiritual house, your 12th house, you might be waiting for an answer from the divine for something. Also, like I said about this over here with the stress, if you're staying up and watching something or doing something, it might be harder to go to sleep. There's some sort of waiting for something that's keeping you up at night, or anticipating something that's keeping you up. So and this is also dreams. So you might be having some crazy dreams this period, this March. Crazy dreams. Any hidden enemies? They will come to the light. They will be shown to you. They may be shown to you in a dream. They may, their secrets in your day-to-day life may come out, and you will know who they are. They'll be exposed. So there's no need to worry about people that you know, be paranoid. I think that this paranoia, don't even worry about it. Let it subside, because you will find out who's got your back and who doesn't. Whatever backstabber did this to you, I mean, hey, it's on them. Just remember, like, when people do bad things, like, sometimes it's not always immediate, but what you put out, you get back. Input, output, right? In some way, shape, or form. I don't believe in, like, the threefold law or karma, as we all say. You're gonna get your karma. But in one way or another, I do believe in we all pay in one way or another. Whether it's our own guilty conscience or whatever. You might this month sleep outside and watch the stars. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Psychic ability is improving, especially at night when you go to bed. You might be getting messages. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sorry it wasn't super warm and fuzzy. There are some really good things. You will be manifesting a future for yourself that is free of this illusion, the secrets that may have caused the backstabbing or the wounding in whatever departments. Your intuition is increasing. You are holding it together, even if it's by tacks and glue. You're holding it together. I see that there's a need to, or you feel the need to hold on tightly to something. Just know that whatever you have to put out this month, you will get back in another form, or you will get back at some point. Going through a big awakening, a dark night of the soul, it seems like. It seems like this dark night of the soul is going to get you to a place where you can make new plans, new friends. Don't let your mind overwhelm you. Don't let external circumstances overwhelm your mind, you know? And possessions are just possessions, right? I know this is the worst thing to hear ever. I've been there so many times. I really have. But it gets better, and the only thing we can't replace in this world is you, right? You're irreplaceable. So just hold on, and something good is bound to come your way. I do have a dream of the past. Seemingly ending, but nothing ever really dies in energy. So, like, I see you wishing upon a star in the past and then having the stars come down to you. I know that's super metaphorical and woo-woo, but there's something there. So Something is being brought to you instead of you having to chase it now. So, anyway, bye, Sagittarius. Good luck.